A new poll conducted by Rasmussen Reports demonstrates the shocking ignorance of Democratic voters. Now, before I even talk about the numbers, the thing to keep in mind is that Rasmussen is typically biased. They usually are skewed in favor of Republicans by about 3 or more points, and for this reason, 538 actually grades them as a C. But with that in mind, it does give us some insight into what voters think about Hillary Clinton's email investigation. So when it comes to whether or not she should continue to remain in the race, even if she's charged with a felony, 43% of likely voters think Hillary Clinton should immediately stop campaigning, while 50% of voters, that is, both Democrats and Republicans, think she should continue to run even if she's indicted. It makes sense for Republicans to say that she should continue to run because, of course, you'd want your opponent to run, someone who you don't want to run, who you don't want to win to run, if they're being indicted and potentially charged with a felony, because that makes it likelier that a Republican would win. But when it comes to Democratic voters, it doesn't make sense that you guys would say that she should continue to run, especially when you have someone else in the race, Bernie Sanders, who polls better against Donald Trump, who could take over for her if she is indicted. So this makes no sense when you think about it like that. But the most shocking part of the poll almost made my head pop off of my body. So when you control for party affiliation and you ask that same question to Democrats, 71% of Democratic voters believe Clinton should keep running even if she's indicted. 71%. The overwhelming majority of Democratic voters say no, even if Hillary Clinton is indicted by the Justice Department, I want her to continue to run. Whatever happened to the fear-mongering that started at the beginning of this election when we were told that a vote for Bernie Sanders is a vote for Donald Trump because he's less electable? So you mean to tell me that you would still want Hillary Clinton to go up against a maniac like Donald Trump and risk him becoming the president of the United States just so Hillary Clinton can fulfill her narcissistic need to become president? This blows my mind. What are you guys thinking? How reckless is this? When I saw this, I was speechless. I know this is Rasmussen, but let's say it's 10 percentage points less. It's 61%. Let's say 61% of Democratic voters want Hillary Clinton to remain in the race even after she's indicted. That's still a majority. Do you want to know what the number of Democratic voters who think she should remain in the race should be if she's indicted? 0%! Because that's insane. If Bernie Sanders was indicted, I love Bernie Sanders, but I'm sorry, bud, you gotta drop out if you're indicted. That's just not going to make you a viable national election candidate, because that's all the Republicans will talk about. Now, when you control for Republicans, only 30% want her to continue running, which it should be 100% of Republicans, because, again, if you have someone who's being indicted running, that makes your candidate stronger, so nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody has a strategy in their head about how to win, and 46% of unaffiliated voters want her to continue running. Yeah, this is mind-blowing to me. Now, some more numbers for you guys. So 40% of voters say that they are less likely to vote for Hillary Clinton because of the email issue, and 48% say it will have no impact on their vote, and 8% say it makes them more likely to vote for her. That 8% of the country... Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to comment. I'm going to refrain from speaking because I'm just going to say something incredibly rude. So, okay, 48% say it will have no impact on their vote. Even if it's the case that Hillary Clinton is not even recommended to be indicted by the FBI, it would have no impact on your vote. So someone who establishes a private email server in their house in order to avoid accountability, in order to shield her personal emails from being part of the federal record, that doesn't even give you pause for a minute and think, you know what, maybe I want someone who's going to be more transparent. Nothing? 48% say it has zero impact on whether or not they'd vote for her. So when it comes to scandals that the Republicans try to champion against Democrats, I understand why Democrats would be skeptical. They've tried to make Benghazi a scandal since it happened, when there's been no evidence of wrongdoing when it comes to Hillary Clinton. But if you don't take into consideration the audit released by the State Department, by the Inspector General, I don't know what to say. Now, again, this poll was released on May 31st, so this could have very well, most likely was conducted before that report was released. But still, even before then, we had the evidence, guys. We had the evidence showing that Hillary Clinton most likely violated the Federal Records Act. It doesn't make sense to me. And furthermore, many voters, in fact, the majority, indicated that they do feel as though it's likely Hillary Clinton broke the law. 65% consider it likely or very likely that Clinton broke the law. 30% say it's unlikely, and 16% say it's not at all likely she broke the law. So some voters think she may have broken the law, and they don't care. It'll have no impact on their vote. I have no hope after hearing this poll. Now, just to give you guys some details about the methodology. So the survey includes 1,000 likely voters with a margin of error of plus or minus 3 percentage points and a 95% level of confidence. So this is really a troubling poll. And if Democratic voters, the portion of the country who should theoretically be more reasonable, more rational, feel as though Hillary Clinton should remain in the race, even after she's indicted, that's a big problem. Nobody knows strategy. Nobody knows the facts. And to me, I find this absolutely appalling.